I am not extroverted, although I used to be before I understood clearly who I am. I liked to be surrounded by people almost all the time, chatting a lot and attending social events while being the center of attention wherever I went. Furthermore, I never felt the need to spend time alone. It just wouldn't even cross my mind. Being alone would have made me feel unhappy, so I surrounded myself with people, events, and things to find happiness. Living in the forest in a small rural cottage far away from the world would have never been something that I would ever have considered. But when I got to know my essence and the peace that radiates from it, I gradually started to become introverted. I now enjoy spending time alone with my husband and seldom with close friends. Somehow, I think I was always introverted, but the noise of the mind, together with the behavioral patterns I've seen in my family, didn't really allow me to see who I am. I believed that only an extroverted person can be strong and decisive, so I acted like one. Now I live together with my husband in a cozy little cottage by the lake, surrounded by beautiful flowers and forests in the center of Finland. Our closest neighbors live 5 kilometers away. Living here is pure joy. Everything invites me to peace and beauty. The flowers here have a silent way to attract my gaze and to evoke admiration. They invite me to nourish them back with the same love and stillness they offer me. By living in this rural cottage, I learned that living a quiet life with not so much going on was the key to abundance. Even if I don't have many possessions, prestige, or a career that would wait in the public opinion's eye, I realized that living by someone else's standards doesn't make me happy. Instead, I see every day in my own experience that I don't need luxury, possessions, exciting experiences, or even events to be happy. My happiness comes from inside, from the way I look at the world, rather than from what I find in it. What I particularly love, although everything is so beautiful, is the forest. The forest here seems enchanted with the beauty of a raw, vibrant green that reminds me so much of my childhood, of the bedtime stories my mother used to read me. Especially the moss, which is so typical for Finnish forests. It gives everything a fairy tale look, one that I could only imagine when listening to Hans Christian Andersen's stories, especially Thumbelina. I enjoyed it so much when I was a child, still dreaming that one day I will see the little fairy stepping gently on the moss in search of a flower. In the forest, you can find all sorts of berries, and this time of the year, you can even find strawberries in people's gardens. So I decided to go and pick some from my mother-in-law's friend. Finnish strawberries are nothing like I ever tasted before. They are very fragrant and sweet. It is said they are so delicious because they enjoy a lot of light. In Finland, the sun barely sets in the summer, so a sort of magic happens during the night time that turns strawberries into a bright red, aromatic delicacy. Another thing I learned from living rurally is that the stillness and aliveness of nature, of the strawberries for example, reflects the same stillness that is inside me, having little to no thoughts in my head. Just like the great Zen master Sung San Sunim says, have a mind clear like space, clear like a mirror. And this is how my mind is. It only reflects what I'm doing, without projecting what to do tomorrow or without remembering events from the past. I'm there, knowingly being the clear presence of awareness. In this way, no suffering can be created, no distress. There is only the peace and happiness of my true nature. If a cat comes, awareness reflects the cat. If the fragrance of a flower is present, then that is what is being reflected. The same goes for anything, thoughts, feelings, memories, and so on. Awareness lives only in the now, and even when it projects the future or remembers the past, it still does it in the now. Just like the clock ticks, it ticks in the now, and now, and now. It doesn't tick forwards or backwards, just like a dear friend told me when he realized that all there is the ever-present now. Simple living is an absolute treasure. Being surrounded by nature sparks my creativity and imagination. I started seeing more and more that what is truly meaningful for me is to create art in no matter what form. From writing poetry, experimenting with new meals, discovering unknown skills and crafts, to sharing the understanding of who I am with others who are keen to understand themselves. When I no longer chased happiness, it found me. One of the deepest realizations I had while living here is that I'm doing all these activities to share them with others. Indeed, there is a great joy I feel when doing them, but the greatest happiness is to share them with others, like you. Thank you so much for being here with me. I hope to see you next week. Sending my love.